This is Majlis, the lower chamber of the Kazakh parliament. Today is a very special day. The plenary session, which is about to start in just a couple of minutes, will be attended by the president of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. This is a special project on Silkway TV channel. Reporter with president. Let's get started. Moments before start of the plenary session, the agenda today is appointment of a new Prime Minister of Kazakhstan. Just day before, now the ex-head of Kazakh government, Alihan Ismailov, resigned. President Tokayev accepted his resignation. Members of parliament today will vote for or against the new candidate. Prior to this important moment, the discussions in the conference hall of the chamber are vivid.
The agenda of today's plenary session includes just one topic: consideration of the candidacy of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kazakhstan.
Albert Rao, deputy chairman of Majlis, lower house of parliament, opens the session and introduces the agenda. President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev proceeds with a short speech in front of MPs.
Today, Kazakhstan is a strong and respected country in the international community. To double our economy in 5 years, we need a new economic model. We also need to reconsider socio-economic development of our country. In this regard, the financial and economic bloc of the government will face changes. New persons will be appointed. Today, I put forward the candidacy of Oljas Abayevich Bektenov to the Majlis for approval of his appointment to the post of Prime Minister of the Republic of Kazakhstan, in accordance with subclause 3 of Article 44 of the Constitution.
Kazakh government or cabinet of ministers implements executive powers, heading the system of executive bodies in the country. According to Article 44 of Constitution of the Republic of Kazakhstan, the head of state introduces the candidacy of the Prime Minister. Members of Majlis, lower house of parliament, has the power to accept or reject the nomination. That means that the final decision is in hands of MPs, representatives of 6 political parties' fractions in Majlis. Today, they vote for the new 13th Prime Minister of Kazakhstan.
Приняло решение воздержаться.
Депутатская фракция «Жол» поддерживает кандидатуру.
Фракция СДП решила воздержаться.
Премьер-министрдің кандидатурасын қолдай отырып, үлкен сеніммен қолдайды.
The result of vote showed recognizable spectrum of opinions. The prevailed majority accepted the candidacy. Only 7 people decided to abstain. We asked MPs what were the reasons of abstinence, and on the other hand, asked those lawmakers who approved the nomination what are their expectations now. As noted by some deputies of the Amanat faction, this is the first precedent when the continuity in the appointment of the Prime Minister was changed. A person who had not previously held a position in the government came to the cabinet of ministers. What does this say and what to expect from his work?
Yes, since the precedent is really new, we expect unambiguously new approaches to work. And in general, our faction's proposal was linked to these expectations. The person who came, let's say, from outside of the government is likely to bring with him new models of governance. The government has already been reformed in terms of its functions. They have been significantly expanded. Independence of the government has been strengthened.
Today, the People's Party of Kazakhstan was one of the 2 parties that abstained from agreeing on the candidacy of the new Prime Minister. What is the main reason for your decision?
Given the experience of the past government, we had high expectations. Unfortunately, they did not happen. Today, at the end of my speech, I said that our position to abstain would be a signal that it is impossible to work in the old way, and the approaches the government used to apply should be changed. And until we see decisive actions of the new Prime Minister, our position will be in the same as I have stated today.
New Prime Minister delivers a short speech. Oljas Bektenov is described by experts as a politician of the new wave, hard-working with an experience in public sector and anti-corruption service. 43-year-old Bektenov previously served as the head of the administration of the president.
Dear MPs, I am sincerely grateful for the support of my candidacy. As you know, the head of state gave a number of large-scale instructions for the development of the country's economy and social sphere. All these tasks will be carried out strictly.
And today in this room, the head of state will deliver his speech to the government, which is now led by the new Prime Minister. The next day after the vote in Majlis, ministers are gathering in the government building, anticipating the start of extended meeting with the head of state. The atmosphere before the start is notably positive. The majority of cabinet members kept their positions after appointment of a new prime minister. We asked some of them about expectations ahead of the work with Mr. Bektanov.
We have no expectations, we have specific goals to effectively implement all the instructions of the head of the state, which will be announced today.
The industry is now facing the task to ensure commissioning of major transit highways this year, which are long under construction. We will also be engaged in the construction of new highways in the direction of Western Europe, Western China. As for the railway sector, we have the task of overhauling railway networks. The main task for us is to turn Kazakhstan into a large transit hub.
Now the meeting with President has started. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev is getting straight to the point, underlining economic growth in the country as the top priority for the new PM and his government.
Currently, a new tax code is being developed, which should ensure a reasonable balance between creating comfortable conditions for investors and maintaining the necessary level of budget revenues. We need to understand that we have an absolutely urgent task of high-quality, dynamic development of the national economy. This is impossible without the introduction of a new system of taxation of profits and property, stimulation of reinvestment of income received in business development, changes in tax special regimes. Therefore, such a strategically significant document as the tax code should be developed not only by fiscal authorities, but also by economists, with the involvement of representatives of the business community.
New Minister of Finance Madi Takiyev listens attentively, making permanent notes. His ministry has a lot to do to maintain the financial stability of country's economy. President Tokayev continues, mentioning liberalization of economy as one of fundamental reforms that will help to decrease state involvement in economy. The reform will touch upon the biggest state-owned holding, Samruk Kazina, which concentrates the biggest state share in Kazakh economy.
The key goal is to create economic value through the widespread use of co-investment tools. I instruct the government, together with the Agency for the Protection and Development of Competition, to prepare a decree on economic liberalization within months. The document should focus on 3 areas: the development of market competition, effective privatization, reform of the quasi-public sector.
And last but not least, President underlines the importance of mass digitalization in the country. This is crucially important to debureaucratize power on the one hand, and on the other, to make business processes transparent and optimized.
Each ministry should have a map of the digital transformation of the industry, according to Singapore experience. Such a map should provide a comprehensive vision of what technologies will be massively introduced in supervised areas in the next 5 years. The development of artificial intelligence requires special attention. We are starting to create high-performance supercomputer that will be available not only to scientists, but also to various companies operating in our market. I'm sure that this will give a powerful impetus to the widespread use of big data.
Overall, Mr. Bektanov and his cabinet of ministers will concentrate on real tasks President instructed government at the extended meeting. One of them is to ensure annual GDP growth at least 6%.